Sure, I'm glad somebody invented electricity. Yeah, I know you are too. Hi, my name is Tom Chick. I am not here with Bruce Geryk because I'm in California. He's in North Carolina. What you're looking at right now is a board game called Tesla versus Edison. We're about to play this remotely. We've each got a copy of this set up in our respective houses. We're each going to be taking our turns, keeping updated with the game state. I will be playing Tesla, the misunderstood genius. Geryk will be playing Thomas Edison, basically the establishment who kept down innovation, brilliance. He suppressed Tesla's genius. It's terrible. Now, in this, what you're seeing here, this isn't just Tesla versus Edison. This is Tesla versus Edison, powered up, a new add-on, currently in a Kickstarter campaign, that adds things like a new inventor, this woman right here. One of the things that Powered Up wants to do is acknowledge the role of women and minorities in this period in time. So we are also competing against Mademoiselle Walker here. Now, how are we doing that when there's only two of us? Excellent question. Under here are AI cards, and those cards will give us a set of instructions for what she's going to do each turn. It's sort of a bot that they have included. Also, Powered Up adds events. Here's the first event which we're going to resolve. The Electrolier, or Electrolier. We're not sure what that is, but we're about to bid on this. These are propaganda cards. Powered Up also adds new propaganda cards. Here are luminaries. It also adds new luminaries. For instance, Edmonia Lewis, a sculptor from the time. Let's see, it also adds down here, if you've played Tesla vs. Edison, these will be new because these are our headquarters. Each headquarters can develop a laboratory, a works, an office, and a studio. It adds more to each, it adds a little asymmetry to each company, to each inventor. Otherwise, and you'll see more of this, here's the stock market, here's the technology track, and here's a map of the projects we're going to develop. So Bruce and I are going to go play the first turn, and then he'll be back to tell you a little bit about how that went. Tesla versus Edison, Powering Up, is the expansion to Tesla versus Edison, The War of Currents by Dirk Niemeyer, and represents the race to electrify the United States and to develop electricity as a commercial product in the latter part of the 19th century. Tom and I will be playing both the base game and the expansion, and playing through a series of 6 turns. What we'll be doing is we'll be taking the role of inventors, such as Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, and others, and taking numbers of actions each turn, such as claiming projects, such as going into a city and electrifying that city, researching tech. So there's alternating current, which was Nikola Tesla's baby, direct current, which was Thomas Edison's baby, and also, you can't have light without a light bulb. You also have to research light bulbs. So you combine a current with a light bulb and claim a city, depending on how complex that electrification project is. And once you do that, your stock goes up because, of course, business works on money and success. So what you'll be doing is you'll be using various personages that were important historically to help you. And you bid on these at certain parts, these people during certain parts of the game. And they have abilities, and these abilities help you research more technology or buy stock more cheaply, things like that. There's also a whole propaganda war that you can fight. There are propaganda cards, and these propaganda cards allow you to get money to change the balance between the alternating and direct current fame, because that's very important. The war between Edison and Tesla was also very much a public relations media war, and you get to participate in that as well. Ultimately, at the end, it all comes down to mostly business, not technology. And this is important because in the original game, it was very simple. The player with the most valuable stock portfolio at the end of the game won. That's still mostly true,
But now you get points for things like how much cash you have, so the person who has the most cash gets extra victory points. And you also develop a headquarters. This is completely new to the expansion, Powering Up, where you have a headquarters and you can develop a laboratory and an office, and a works and things like that. And not only do you get points for how many of those you build, but you also, from your works upgrade, you get victory points depending on specific things that you might achieve during the game. But mostly, this is really about your stock, because the number of points you get in victory points for stock are much more than you get for everything else in the game, and you'll see this as it goes along. So your stock is very important. So really, this game is not about being the smartest person in the room, because the actual projects, the technology, doesn't benefit you except for allowing you to electrify cities. And even if you electrify cities, the only benefit to that is the increase in stock price. So it's not really about being the smartest guy in the room, it's about being the smartest businessman in the room. And that's very important. So that's how the game plays in a nutshell. There are a lot of details to it. We won't explain all of them. We'll just go through and hope you can follow along. So let's see where we are after turn 1. Turn 1, Tom managed to jump in and grab AC System 3. So he's got a really good air conditioner there. He wasn't able to patent it, though, because he didn't have the requisite dollar signs. Bruce went ahead and claimed Lynn, Massachusetts. That's a level 1 project. Tom came back and claimed Albany. That's also a level 1 project. And Bruce went over there and claimed AC System 2. He did patent that. And we have the AI over here who basically claimed Bulb 2, and she went to Richmond. So right now, looks like we've got a big spread geographically. We've got Lynn, Massachusetts, we've got Albany, New York, we've got Richmond, Virginia. Looks like each player has pretty set places to go. I think Tom's probably the most flexible one. He can either move over, he can move here to Rochester, he can go up to Montreal, or he can go to Great Barrington, but he'd have to have some pretty snazzy tech to get there, so I don't know how he's going to do that. Of course, he'll probably cheat, so I don't put anything past him here. But now we're going to go to turn number 2, which will be the last turn of Phase 1.
And here we are at the beginning of turn 3. We're in the second phase. What happened last turn? What did you miss? Well, you can see I've researched these light bulbs. I have, even though I am Tesla, ironically, I've researched the Edison light bulb. Bruce did this great move where he tried to expand into Boston, which is tough to do. But he prepared himself by advancing up to level 4 in alternating current, which, as you can see here, is called the Stanley system. Great move. What else do you need to do to go to Boston? You need good light bulbs. Let's go down to the light bulb track. So you need level 4 light bulbs. Hey, wait a minute. Where's Bruce's marker? Is it level 3? No. Level 2? No. Bruce, with level 1 light bulbs, he tried to get into Boston, which is a level 4 project. That's a no-no. Meanwhile, I'm at level 3 in light bulbs. Bruce, however, is doing very well with his stock. He's neck and neck with Walker, who has opened her office in Glen Ear. I have also opened my office. It's run by this fella here, Jacob Schiff. Bruce, on the other hand, as Thomas Edison, is now rocking Menlo Park Laboratory. How cool is that? Now, finally, before we move on, I would like to bring your attention to the company fame track. Oh, there's Bruce at level 6 fame. 6, by the way, the higher number, but the lower fame. You don't want that. Let's move up the track. Oh, look at Walker. She's at level 4. Where's my marker? Where is that? Oh, there I am at level 1 fame. How did I do that? I hired a guy named Franklin Pope, the inventor of the stock ticker. He gave me fame, money. Basically fame and fortune. That's what I got. All right, let's head into turn 3 and see what happens.
All right, well, on turn 3, you can see here, Tom grabbed himself some more luminaries. He now has George Westinghouse, and he kind of went crazy. He just claimed a whole bunch of projects. I mean, it's like the St. Lawrence Seaway of projects there. You can see Tom's in Montreal, or Montreal, and for Madame Walker, she went ahead and took Scranton. I, on the other hand, am stuck in Lynn, Massachusetts. But I'm just biding my time. Ms. Walker also bought stock in herself, and now the Walker Company is basically fully in play. As you see here, Tom has the other share. She has everything else. On the technology track, we've got... I jumped up to bulb 4 to match my AC4 tech, and I have a patent on it. Tom's not as advanced as I am. He's just a 3. But Walker has got to DC2, and she actually took DC down into the fame zone, and then used that to get a pretty nice bump to her stock. As you can see here, she's leading the stock market. I'm lagging, but again, I'm just biding my time. Tom, on the other hand, is furiously trying to catch her, but as you can see, he's not really been successful. We had an event. That was Daniel Burnham. Daniel Burnham cuts the stock receipts in half, which kind of sucks for all those people who are, claiming projects this turn. Don't know who that would be. That would be somebody there, huh? So right now, everybody has their one office headquarters tech built, and we're just kind of moving along, and it's going to be turn 4, and we will have no luminary auction this turn because it only happens at the beginning of the phase. We messed that up last time, but that's okay. I think historically that happened once in the time of Tesla versus Edison. And here we go, and we will start on turn 4.
Well, here we are. It's the end of an era. We have just finished phase 2. 1890 is done. We're moving into 1891. Let's go look at the state of the United States and the power grid. Blue all over the place. And basically the Chicago area, I guess. Is Chicago even on here? No, Chicago's way back there. Nowhere near Chicago. Blue in upstate New York, Buffalo, Rochester, and down in Pittsburgh. It's going to be Steel Town. It might already be Steel Town these days. Walker is, she's nowhere consolidated. Geryk all over the East Coast there. Let's then come down and look at what happened to the stock market. Actually, I'd rather we didn't. Geryk has shot ahead by cleverly not expanding when that Yahoo Daniel Burnham was in play. So therefore, he got the maximum return for his expansion. Walker, I sold a little bit of her stock, so her price is depressed. I'm smack dab in the middle there. There's a lot of plays of... Geryk has a lot of his stock. He's going to get a lot of points for this if he ends up with the highest stock price, which at this point is looking likely. However, his offices are a little paltry. He's got a lab and not much else. Let's see what Tesla has going on over here. Oh, look. Tesla has founded the American Institute of Electrical Engineers. How about that? We had some interesting event play. I should say propaganda play. So here was the state of propaganda in the last turn. These cards had been used. All that was left was this poor dog right here. Look, cute little Dash. Isn't he adorable? What does Geryk do with Dash? Geryk electrocutes it. He does that. All the propaganda cards are now flipped upside down. When that happens previously, they used to be discarded. But in the add-on, the game now says when you flip the last one, you then return them over, or you flip them back up, so they are back in play. That basically means there's always an option for using propaganda. So for my last turn, Edwin Rice The flavor text says that he was an assistant of Elihu Thompson. He was important at General Electric. What history doesn't tell us about Edwin Rice? He is a renowned zombie killer. Yep. Edwin Rice takes some sort of implement, some weapon. We had previously had the death of Ulysses S. Grant. However, when Geryk electrocuted this poor little dog, and all these cards flipped back up, Grant became undead. Until Rice came along, played this card a second time, put down the zombie Grant. How many games about the history of the incorporation of electricity in America at the end of the 19th century, how many games acknowledge the zombie threat posed by former presidents? Only one I can think of, and that game is Tesla versus Edison. All right, let's move into Phase 3. Here we go with 1891.
Some technology action this turn. Turn 5 at the Patent Office. Tom uses the Patent Office Gazette to jump up in technology. He has now the top technology in alternating current. He has System 5, and it's patented. Look at that. Tom with alternating current 5, bulb 5, both patents. Very interesting. He used that, interestingly enough, to kill Topsy. Can you believe Tom Chick? He electrocuted an elephant. What are we coming to these days? The symbol of the Republican Party. And Tom Chick just, uses it as some kind of guinea pig. Can you believe Tom Chick? I mean, look at that. And he got $10,000 for it. It's unbelievable, really. I mean, I just shake my head every time I think about it. I've been quite furious this entire turn. As you can see on the board, not much has happened. We've had some expansion of the Edison company out of, well, they're still in Massachusetts. The Walker company has moved up. Still 3, there are now 3 purple cubes on the board. But look at this. What do we got? What have we got here? Oh my goodness, a financial runaway. It's the stock market with the Edison company at $45, the Tesla company at $29, and Walker is at $21. And interestingly enough, even more so, here's some stock. What does Edison have? Edison has stock in the Tesla company. So he has quite a diversified portfolio. But can't say the same for Tesla. He's only got stock in Tesla and Walker. So, looks like we have one more turn. This is Phase 3, Turn 6 coming up. The preferred stock is direct current. And, who has the top patent in that? Gosh, not Walker. It looks like, ding, 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 Thomas Edison, the top patent in direct current, which just happens to be the darling of the United States right now. Let's see what happens as we go into Turn 6.
And here we are at the end of Phase 6. It's 1896. Let's look at the state of the United States, at least the right side of it. We had some awesome maneuvering by Walker, our AI player. She hemmed in Edison, kept him from expanding here. So instead, he thoroughly provided New York City with electricity, whereas Tesla moved out into these little tiny places, Niagara and Albany, which give you double stock, but they're little tiny places, whatever. Let's look at the stock market. Oh my gosh, look how close it became. That's not so bad. Hey, wait a minute, where's purple? What? Did not turn out well for Walker. So all these shares didn't help her very much. Let's then go to the final cash. Look at all this money. Oh, but look at all this money. It was really close. The tiebreaker for cash, by the way, came down to fame. Look who was most famous, Tesla. Edison, not very famous at all. History's not really going to remember that fellow. What else happened this turn? We had some propaganda. Sure, maybe I killed an elephant. Fine. Look what Geryk did. He lobbied a president. Did you know there's a president named Benjamin Harrison? You learn something new every day. At any rate, Geryk paid this guy off. How unethical is that, right? We all finished our headquarters. We have a complete suite of offices in our headquarters, labs, works, office, studio. All three of us. That gives us a scoring bonus, these works, by the way. My scoring bonus was to go to these level 5 areas. Well, at least one of them. Geryk's was these level 2 or 1 areas. Right there. Alright, so that's how the final phase looked. Let's then go to the scoreboard, right? I've written it all out here. We have, this is the Tom versus Bruce, Tesla versus Edison. Let's first look at the stock breakdown. By shares of stock, I ended up with 30 points. Bruce got 41. Walker only got 28. Let's look at something else. Cash. I had the most cash. Bruce had the second most cash. Based on the rules, we weren't quite sure what to do with Walker, who never has any cash. Do we put her in third place? Who knows? It doesn't matter, because let's look down here. Works. I got 5 bonus points. Bruce got 2 bonus points. Walker got 6 bonus points. Let's do some math. Walker, 44 points. Bruce, 58 points. Tom, what is that? Is that a 61? A 51? I can't tell. It's a little closer. Oh, it's only a 51. Geryk wins the game of Tesla versus Edison, to which I say, that's right. I just threw a tantrum. I rage quit this game and concede to Bruce Geryk.
Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy, mind the music and the step and